Oh, happy days are here, people. Happy days. Lagatha finally got. She lost. Now, she ain't dead yet, but I can deal with the Lagatha defeat. I'm not Ivar. I don't have to kill her, but at least I won. At least Ivar is now officially the king of Kattegat, ladies and gentlemen. This episode, now, would I say it's the best episode of the season? Yeah. It's actually kind of hard to say, actually. But I would definitely say it's in the top three. You know what I really thought was cool? What I really digged about the episode is how we got, like, the main characters who we've grown accustomed to. We built this bond with how we got to see their individual stories, what was going through their mind during this battle. Halfton speaking of Bjorn, saying that he's thankful to Bjorn for basically making him leave his brother's shadow, making him visit the world, and saving his life, and all that stuff. I was surprised that Harold actually killed Halfton. Then again, I really, you know, it was like I was sort of surprised at the same time I wasn't, because you know how Harold is. When Harold says he's going to do something, he usually means it. And I thought it was really kind of sad how after that he was like, I'll see you in Valhalla, brother, and all that stuff. And speaking of almost cutting someone's head off, in terms of brothers, we had this interesting thing with Visik before, while he's fighting, his fight. We had this conversation he has with Ivar. And Ivar asks him, do you regret what's one of your biggest regrets before we go to battle? And Visik says that he doesn't have any children. And then Ivar and him talk about children. And Visik's like, you can't have children. I was like, yes, I can. I'll populate the earth. And Visik is kind of just saying, just be sort of a jerk, but not so serious. But it gets Ivar to the point that Ivar literally has a knife to his throat. And we have Visik be like, Ivar, like, calm down, dude, and all that stuff. And they talk about love. And Ivar says, I used to think that you left the boat with Ube out of love for me, but you can't love someone like me, After that, we have this whole little interesting thing in which after he sort of comes back somewhat to reality, he gets this vicious blow to the face. He has a hard time breathing after that, but he's able to gather himself and continue on fighting. But it's like he has this twisted little vision, or this weird little vision of back when he decided to leave the boat, and go to Ivar instead of Ube. And then it's like another side of him is on a different side of the bank with Ivar with the knife to his throat. And the way I interpreted this is more like Visik left not because he loved Ivar. It was just fear. Maybe that was the thing. Maybe it was fear of Ivar's wrath. Maybe that was the main point, and a little bit, and the other side was basically he was tired of Ube telling him what to do or being, the big brother or anything. But I thought it was pretty cool the fact that Ube could have killed Visik. He could have. Visik was distracted. He was caught off guard. Ube was like, screw that. He killed the next dude after that. You know what I mean? And they just sort of exchanged glances. After that, we had Lagatha. She killed Astrid. But Astrid just sort of sacrificed herself. As we know, Astrid was unfortunately gang banged. So she doesn't really know who the child is, and all the shame with that, the stress, the whole thing with conflict with her old love, Lagatha, and her new love, Harold, with the aspiration of being the king of Kattegat. She couldn't really deal with it, She just told Lagatha, just put me on my misery. So Lagatha does it, I think Lagatha, at this point, after she said she couldn't give birth to a child, I don't know. I just feel as though Lagatha kind of knew what was up. I don't think she blames Harold. I think she blames those really disgusting dudes that came and told the news about the whole 2-day moon plan to begin with. Anyways, Bjorn's supposed to be wife, she died. Her daddy did too. Surprisingly, Guthrum died. As you know, historically, Guthrum was actually, I believe, he replaced Ivar after Ivar died, historically, and him and Alfred went at it for a few years until he eventually lost in 878 to Alfred. Thusly, the whole thing with the Danelaw and all that crap, and all that stuff. So I was surprised they took him out, and Visick took him out savagely. And when Torby saw that, I was surprised because Torby was right there. I really thought Torby wanted to get a piece of Visick, but I guess she knew better, So she saw him die. I believe Bjorn saw his corpse and said, you'll be in Valhalla with your great father, y'all Borg. And I thought it was very interesting this episode is that Marguerite's descent into utter darkness and madness. And it's very interesting because I've been saying this from the get-go. Her and Ivar are the best couple because they're both ambitious. And even back then when she was sane, she knew what to say to Ivar. Now she's kind of mental now that she's kind of losing it. Oh, this is going to be an interesting couple. Because we all know at some point her and Ube are going to freaking stop. You know what I mean? He's already basically with Torby. So that leaves either Ivar or Visick. Oh, God, I forgot. There's the other girl, too, who Ivar is enamored with. She's seen the film, too. Oh, there's going to be so much love triangles for the second part of Season 5. Anyways, so let's get to Ivar to close, and then we'll probably get to a little bit of Floki, but like I said before, I don't care about that part of the series so far. Anyways, that's great. Let's go with Floki. So we have the burial from the previous episode in which I believe Keto Flatnose, a.k.a. the character played by former WWE wrestler Edge, his son, killed Iron's son, the main guy who's basically been complaining and bitching about the whole settlement, that Floki brought them to and all this stuff. So there was this, I think they did like this cool little boat thing within the ground for him for a funeral. Floki tells Iron, listen, don't try to get revenge because it's going to be the same thing like back home and back everywhere where there's the same cycle of violence, human imperfection, all this stuff. We came here to basically start a new life and all that stuff. I'll make you the judge, in charge of all the laws on one condition if you don't try to seek revenge. So after that, not long after that, we see that Cattell Flatnose's son is dead in a pool. Makes you wonder, who killed him? I don't know, maybe Iron did. So Floki is finding out you can't change human nature. Human nature is a bitch. So after that, we have Floki basically says that all this is his fault. He thought he could change human nature or try to help, steer them in the right way. Turns out he was wrong. He says there needs to be a sacrifice to be made, so he kind of offers himself. Let's see how that goes. So after that, you guys, we finally get to Ivar. He does this epic speech where he throws his cane down and says that, we are warriors. We're not meant to die in our beds as old people. We're going to go to Valhalla going down swinging, for fame, for glory. March on, march on. It was such an epic speech. Just we talk about it doesn't give it justice. The determination on his face, his swagger was all there. This is definitely Ragnar 2.0, but kind of slightly more crazier, madder, and all the other stuff. But either way, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. At one point, Bjorn tried to get his arrow people to shoot arrows at Ivar.